I got digital dash, came right with a op. I walk in the store and I bought the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Yo, what's to the YouTube? And today, man, we got y'all boys with a very special video. We back on next gen. Now, I don't really post a lot of next gen, but I feel like the timing is right, especially with this season having ridiculous rewards for playing next gen. So today we give you guys not only the best but the GOAT builds of NBA 2K22. Now we're gonna go more in order on what that specifically means, but just know these are gonna be the best of the best, whether you're talking about guards, small forwards, or even bigs. So yeah, if you guys want more videos like this, I need y'all boys right now. Smash break and the like button, turn on notifications, share this video, subscribe, comment down below, help the algorithm, all that good stuff out the way. But let's hop straight into it. Alright, so when it comes to next gen, we know in current gen we have pie charts, so that's kind of the way we have to go about making our builds. But when it comes to next gen, the way that I kind of categorize pie charts is going to be pretty much the heights. So I'm probably going to be giving you guys the best, which in my opinion, let me say that, in my opinion, I think these builds are going to be the best at every single one of these heights. Now some of these heights are going to have amazing other builds that you can make at that height, specifically the 6'7". But I'm only gonna do my best to give you guys one build for each particular height that is kind of meta in this game. So it's gonna be at least over 5 with 2 honorable mentions. So yeah, now that we got that out the way, let's hop into it. Alright, so hopping straight into it. First build we're gonna give y'all is the small forward 6'10". Now this build, in my opinion, you can play this in a lot of ways. You can use this as a big man build. You can use this as a small forward build. But in theory, it is a small forward build, a big man build, but you can use it in a lot of different ways. So let's show you guys how to make it. We're gonna put the small position, hand and number is completely up to you, but I go with the same thing every single time. Now when it comes to the height, I'm gonna go 6'10". It's just a perfect way of making it. Now, real quick, I wanna make this known, this is a glitch build. So to be able to get all the stuff that you're gonna do, you're gonna have to follow the tutorial. So I'm gonna try my best to leave the tutorial in the description or in the comments below. If I don't do that, make sure to spam that in the comments down below, because I do need to do that. But it is a glitch build. It's a 6'10". You're gonna end up at 234 pounds just so you can be able to have the 99 rebound, which is why I said you can make this as a big man build, even though it's at the small forward position. Weight, or not weight, but wingspan is gonna be at 7'8" again, so you can be able to get that 99 block and that 99 defensive rebound. But that's also gonna still allow you to have, if you want to be as a guard with it, a 75 ball handle, which is gonna unlock a lot of dribble moves. You're gonna have a 76 3 ball, and if somebody puts on Hall of Fame floor journal, that allows you to now get to the 80 threshold, which is gonna be really important to be able to get to. Now the drive and dunk and all that other stuff, that is gonna be stuff that we can look on when we start to making the build. But body type is completely up to you. I went compact because I was just making it fast, but you can go with any body type. It's really up to you. Now when it comes to the attributes, you're gonna end up with 17 finishing, 14 shooting, 12 playmaking, and 37 defensive rebound badges. Now when it comes to making these 6'10s, you can go with less weight, so that's going to allow you to have even higher speed of ball, even higher perimeter defense, and even higher speed. But if you're making it like this, where you're going to be a perfect mix of a big man and a small forward, this is going to be pretty much the best way of making it. So with the 17 finishing, you're going to end up with 84 driving dunk. That's going to allow you to have the pro content dunks, 85 standing dunk, and that's going to allow you to have badges like Rise Up Gold and Lob City Finisher Goals. Now when it comes to next gen, you have to put certain attributes to be able to get certain badges. It's not like current gen where you have pie charts where that's going to really choose where you're getting what badges to Hall of Fame and everything else will be able to get to maximum of gold. You have to have certain attributes. So not only is the height and wingspan going to be determining like the kind of pie chart, but also certain attributes can determine your pie chart as well. So yeah, but 70 driving layup just so we can be able to have a long athlete. 3-pointer, like I said, is at a 76. You can get that up +4 with Gym Rat. Not Gym Rat. Did I say Gym Rat? I meant to say floor general from a teammate. There's no 99 on this game where you can get +4 and stuff like that. That's only on current gen. So you would have to have somebody on your team with floor general to get that +4, but you don't necessarily need that. It's still gonna be in a consistent threshold. 62 mid-range and a 72 free throw just to be consistent. Mid-range, I don't really shoot mid-range. I wouldn't shoot them on this build. Ball handlers at a 75. Again, you're going to be able to unlock certain dribble moves with that at a 75. Speed balls at a 65. And pass accuracy at a 58. That's just to be able to have all these passing badges, at least to bronze. Then when it comes to the defense and rebounding, you have an 88 interior defense, which is very important to negate the paint contest in this game. So yeah, but the main thing that we have is the 99 block. That 99 block is going to be amazing, especially in a build like this. And you have a 90 offensive rebound and a 99 defensive rebound. So you're going to be perfect on the block and defensive rebound, and you're going to be great on the offensive rebound. But to go along with that is going to be the vertical, which is 85. Now, I say this all the time on current gen, but this stands extremely true on next gen because it is used for dunking, but you have to get it for dunk animations. Besides that, it's nothing for dunking. But what it actually is used for attributes is going to be able to jump higher on rebounds and blocks. So yes, that is gonna make our blocks and rebounding way better. And if you've seen the difference that it makes, you will understand. Interior defense, perimeter defense is gonna have you moving better laterally. So having that at an 80 is very important, and you still would be able to get a silver clamps, but this being 6'10" doesn't allow you to actually get clamps. Still at an 80, so you're gonna be able to have gold interceptor with silver pickpocket for the people that care about that. And all in all, when it comes to the speed, that's at a 72, which is pretty decent for this height. 69 acceleration, 67 strength, and an 85 vertical. Stamina is at a 98. So yeah, all in all, that's pretty much what the build is looking like. When it comes to the takeovers, you're gonna end up with the options of lockdown, rim protector, and glass unit takeover. Me personally, if I'm going with this build, you can go with a rim and a lock if you want to just be even better on defensive, because I feel like the biggest hole on my secondary takeover, I try to go for the thing that's gonna be the thing that's more essential to this build. So I feel like going with a lockdown takeover is very essential because you're gonna be able to get those things even just by popping your main takeover. You'll still get those +8s to your secondary takeover, and that's gonna be like perimeter defense, steal, and stuff like that. But if you feel like you don't need that, you can go with glass and rim, or you can get double up on rim. It's really up to you. Now, for the people that's really regular, I would go stuff blocks. But if you feel like you need that help on the paint defense and stuff like that, go with paint intimidation. But the secondary takeover is really up to you. Either you're going with +8 for your like lockdown, unless you're going with juice, you will even have higher than +8, or you go glass. But the thing is, if you go glass, you will have already like a 99 defensive rebound, so that's not really much more you can go over that. So that's really what it is. That's why I went with lockdown takeover, and the build comes out as a multi-position defender. So yeah, that's going to be the build, the first build that we went over in this build list. And yeah, that in my opinion is going to be the best way to make a 6'10" build in the game. All right, coming in as the next build, the next honorable mention, yes, is another big man build. It's very tough to rank these builds. I want to make sure that's known making this video, because these are going to be the best builds in the entire game. So I'm kind of trying my hardest to rank them in order, but this build is not bad by no means. The last build is not bad by no means. It's just the top 5 is ridiculous. So let's hop into it. So you're going to be at the center. This is going to be the only build as a center position. When it comes to the height with wingspan, it's going to be 7'2" glitch build. If you want to know how to do that, I will make sure to put that in the link in the description in the comments below. If I don't, spam that. Make sure that I do that. I need to do that for y'all because y'all got to make it the right way. But yeah, 7'2", 235 on the weight, and 8-foot wingspan. By type is completely up to you. Now, when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 23 finishing, 10 shooting, 15 playmaking, and 37 defensive rebound badges. Now, physicals wise is why it is a glitch build. You cannot make a 7'2" build and be 65 speed. So that is really of the utmost importance. 61 acceleration as well, 73 strength as well, and 75 vertical. Another big thing to this build being as tall as it is, having that vertical. Now, when it comes to the stamina, that is not of the utmost important on bigs and stuff like this. I feel like that's really more important on guards, but having stamina is always good to have. Now, when it comes to the core actual attributes, now 23 finishing is going to be because you have a 91 standing up. That is going to be very important to have because you won't rise up, you want lob city finisher, you want posterizer, all this stuff. Having this as high as possible is just very important, and I put that as high as I possibly could. Post control is at an 85 because look at all the post scoring badges. You're getting every single one Hall of Fame. No, you don't get hook specialist Hall of Fame, which is probably the most broken one, but you do get post spin technician, you do get drop step, you do get dream shake, which is probably the most underrated badge in the game, not just post scoring and back down punisher. Now, reason why Dream Shake is very overpowered because of paint contest, and a lot of times people have to jump for blocks. Then they get that, Dream Shake is pretty much gonna give you a foul every single time. Now, that is gonna be because of the close shot. That's why you don't have a Hall of Fame hook specialist, but you will have silver on that and Grace under pressure. You also will be able to have a limitless takeoff of a bronze. Now, that's because you have a 65 driving dunk, but that's also because you want to be able to have the pro alley-oop dunks. So having that allows you to get bronze limitless takeoff. And you also do have the ability to have close shot, or not close shot, but putback ball switch is very overpowered for bigs as well. So keep that all in mind. Now, when it comes to the shooting, you have a 73 3 ball. That might seem low, but you use floor general. Somebody has 77 3 ball at that point. So that's going to be very, very important to have. But yeah, 73 3 ball with 10 badge upgrades, not that much. So you got to really do it right, but you will be able to shoot in this consistent area threshold. So yeah, keep that in mind. But you are 7'3", so you can't, not 7'3", but 7'2", so you can't be expecting too much regardless, even if you go minimum wingspan. Pass accuracy, yes, we have more playmaking than shooting with less on playmaking attributes wise, but we do have an 85 pass accuracy. I tell y'all all the time, 85 is the minimum that you really want to have on a build, and I feel like on bigs it's very important to have that. I didn't have it on the last one because it was kind of like one of those builds that's like versatile. You go for a versatile build, it's gonna be very hard to have that 85 pass accuracy all the time, where you're gonna have rebounding, interior defense, ball handle, speed of ball, all that. It's gonna be very hard. Now, one thing I used to say sometimes on these builds, you could go low on post control and get that ball handle up just so you can have bronze glue hands, but that's not always the answer. 85 pass accuracy is gonna allow you to have bullet passer, break starter, post playmaker, which is very, very important to have on bigs because look at what it says. When passing out of the post or after an offensive rebound, receiver giving shot boost. So you obviously understand the importance of that. Needle threader and bullet passer are both gonna be up as well. Interior defense, that's gonna be at a 95. That's gonna allow you to have brick wall and I believe post lockdown. Yes, post lockdown gonna be as high as possible. But you really put that to 95 to have Hall of Fame brick wall. So you're gonna be able to set Miyagi's. When it comes to perimeter defense, you're gonna be able to unlock stuff like Hustler. That's why we did that. We did that for Gold Hustler. Right on the dot, you're going to be able to have Gold Hustler. 60 steal is going to be Interceptor and Pickpocket and Ball Stripper. And it's going to be right there on the dot for the Silver Interceptor. 99 block rating, same thing as last time. Block is kind of the most, like the best way to pretty much cancel out the paint contest. You do have a 95 interior defense and you are 7'2", so you're going to be as good as it gets in the paint, interior defense wise. And it's going to be very hard to guard you as well on offense. When it comes to offensive rebound, again, that's at a 90, so you can be in that great threshold, but you are at a perfect threshold for the block and defensive rebound. Go along that with how tall you are with a 75 vertical. Very, very good. When it comes to the takeovers, you end up with the options of post, glass, rim, and those are the three main takeovers for big men. Now, the way I went for it on this one, I went with a post score takeover as my main because you do get that +8 to interior defense on post score takeovers. If you didn't know that, you know that now. And I went for my backup with a glass. But what you can do if you want to go for the best options possible, you can go with paint intimidation. You're not gonna really need these takeovers, bro. You could go with a post steal as your secondary. But what I probably would do, I probably would go with paint intimidation and stuff blocks just to be as good as possible. But if you want to make it even better, since your fades and stuff like that is not very broken, you can either go with post shot daggers, advanced post moves. Those are very good options as well. And the build comes out as a two-way facilitator. So in my opinion, that is probably the best overall actual big man, the best center build in the game. But that is still just an honorable mention. We still got 5 builds to go over. So let's hop into the top 5. All right, this next build, you could literally argue this is the best guard build in the game. You could argue, not even argue, this is the easiest guard build in the game. When it comes to getting points and bunches, this is the easiest build in the game to score, and to score the best way possible, and that's going to be with 3. So let's show you guys how to make it. We're going to do the point guard, hand and number is completely up to you. When it comes to the height, you're going to be at 5'11". Again, it is a glitch build. I have shown this. If you need the tutorial, I'm going to try to put it in the comments below, but I do be forgetting. So if I do, make sure to put that in the comments. I got that out the way. I need to stop saying it. But yeah, weight, you can be 153. Wingspan is 6 foot and compact on the body type. Now, when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 17, 35, 36, and 20 on the badges. Speed, if you've watched my videos by now, you understand. We go to the max speed we possibly can on these guard builds. When it comes to thresholds wise, we don't really go to the max speed. We go to the max speed with ball and acceleration. Those two attributes are just far more important for a guard than actual speed. You just want speed when you are off the ball and when you're on defense. So yeah, very important to have speed, but we do have it at a 90 threshold, so it's gonna be perfectly fine. Then when it comes to the acceleration, that's at a 97, which is max, and 97 speed ball, which is max. That's just much more important. But you'll see on this build, we have no strength and no vertical, whereas most of these builds, we're gonna have vertical. That's because we're not focused on drive and dunk. We're not focused on that. The reason why we put vertical is because you need that drive and dunk and that vertical to be able to get certain contact dunks. So that's why we didn't have that on this, because we have no drive and dunk. We have no vertical, so it's no point. So yeah, stamina, that's at a 99. Very important to have that on a guard build. Close shot is at an 87. Now, you could go with like a higher driving layup than close shot, but it'd be a little bit harder to get everything that you have. So we went with an 87 close shot and an 85 driving layup. You're still going to be able to have all the layup packages and have the 87 close shot. But there is certain badges that you would have been able to have, like Acrobat Gold, if you would have had an 87 driving layup instead of the close shot 87. So yeah, I just want to make sure that's known. When it comes to the three-pointer, very, very broken. A 99 three-pointer, probably the most broken attribute to have at a 99, if it's not drive and dunk, if it's not steal rating. So yeah, we do have a 99 three-point rating on this build as well. We didn't go for a lot of mid-range, but the minimum you will be able to have with a 99 three-pointer is an 84, and we have that on this build. Free throws at a 93, just so you can be knocked down every single time if you want to play 5v5. Very good 5v5 build as well. When it comes to the ball handle, that's at a 96. We already went over the speed of the ball and why that should be high, but ball handle is just as important on a build like this, because look at all the badges that is based off the ball handle. You gotta go with tight handles, you got quick chain, which is very important, hyper drive, handles for days. A lot of these badges is based off this one attribute. Now, the main one that is very important is unpluckable, but you have to have a 99, and that is one of the hardest things to do in this entire game. So we don't have that, but we do have an 86 pass accuracy, which is the minimum. I say all the time, it's 85. We went 86 so we can have that extra badge upgrade, and it's also going to be able to allow you to get like a badge gold like Battle Out, which is very important as well. When it comes to the defensive rebounding though, you're going to end up with 80 printed defense, 96 steal, and 54 block. All in all, you're gonna have an 80 just so you can have silver clamps, but 96 steal is gonna allow you to have Hall of Fame pickpocket, Hall of Fame interceptor, and gold ball stripper. Now that 80 printed defense, if you want to be able to hustle on rebounds, you can with hustler. You're gonna have to run after them because you're gonna be using your speed and acceleration at that point to go for the loose balls a lot of the times. That's another option you're gonna be to have, but I like to go with clamps, pick dodger, pickpocket, interceptor. Sometimes they even go ball stripper if I get switched on to bigs, because that allows me to actually guard bigs. And another very important thing that you wouldn't be able to do if you didn't go this exact height and wingspan, if you wanted a 99 3 ball, if you wanted to go shorter and try to get like the ball handle to 99, for instance, maybe you wanted to have unpluggable Hall of Fame and intimidator, you wouldn't be able to have that, so people would just be able to shoot completely over you. It's not really as easy to do that against this build where you actually have an intimidator on bronze. So I just want to make sure that's known. When it comes to the takeovers though, you end up with the options of shot creator, sharp, playmaker. You don't have the lock take, which is why I kind of did put it this low. It's very hard to rank these builds. These are all ridiculously amazing builds, but at the end of the day, it had to be placed somewhere. But yeah, you do have the options of shot creator, which is some of the most broken ones in the game. Sharp, which I believe is the most auto one in the game. If you get this one, you're putting that as your primary 9 times out of 10. And then you have the options of playmaker, which are really good for secondary takeovers, so you can get those +8s whenever you do pop your main takeover. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna end up going with, and the build comes out as a two-way threat. So yeah, that's going to be the build that comes into the top 5, coming in at number 5. So yeah, let's hop into the other S.
Whoa, what the fuck you talking about, nigga?
Now, for this specific video, well, not really for this specific video, but for this specific season with the Curry slide dropping, I've had multiple 6x7s I will show you guys in these rankings videos. I will give you like 2. I will give you guys the lockdown version, and I will give you guys more of the guard version. They both will be really good on defense and really good on offense. Just one would be way better on offense and one would be way better on defense. I've come to the point where I found a way to combine both. Are you going to be as good offensively as the one that's offensive? Not quite, but you're going to be right there. Now, when it comes to defense, are you going to be as good as the defensive one? Not quite, but you're going to be right there. But you're going to be able to have, it's pretty much going to be the best of both worlds, and you're going to be able to have Curry slide on this 6'7" build. So let's show you guys. We're going to be at the point guard position. Hand and number is completely up to you, but you know what I go with every single time. When it comes to the height, we're going 6'7". 6'7" is the height to go on this build. Very overpowered. It is a glitch build. Just want to make sure that's known. The links will be in the description and comments down below eventually, regardless of how that's going to happen. Now, weight, that's at 180. That's just the perfect weight to go on this build. Wingspan, you can go higher, but if you want to have this ball handle, this 3-point rating, you have to go this exact wingspan. Body type is completely up to you. It does not matter. Now, when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 16 finishing, 20 shooting, 28 playmaking, and 21 defensive. Now, the 21 defensive is the only hole I feel when it comes to the defensive type of 6'7". Because on my defensive 6'7", it's kind of more like a power forward. You can use it as power forward because you have rebounding on it, somewhat rebounding. It's not crazy, but it's up to at least an 80 on defensive rebound. Now, on this one, you have none. It's kind of like the offensive one, but the defensive stats are crazy. So it's really going to be good at the same time. Now, another thing that you can take into account when you make this build, you're going to get that +4 from Gym Rat. Not Gym Rat, but you know what I'm talking about. Rebirth, and how many seasons you hit level 40. So you can also get even more badges than +4. So that's really important. But all in all, let's go over the build. Speed, acceleration, both going to be max. Yes, they're both max on a build like this. Why? Speed is not just looked as a guard build. It's looked at more of a lockdown and guard build. So I went max speed. If it was just a guard build, I probably would have just went 80. But since I'm going for it as both a lockdown and a guard build, I'm going to go max. Acceleration is max because I'm looking at it as a guard build from that standpoint. Speed of ball max, looking at it as a guard build from that standpoint. Vertical, I tried to get it as high as possible because yes, that is going to make it, maybe we don't have any rebound, but it is going to make our block rating that much better. So yeah, that's at an 82. And also, it's very important to have that to an 80 for the dunk rating. So yeah, when it comes to the stamina, that's at a 99. Now, when it comes to the finishing, we're going to have a 92 driving dunk that's going to allow us to get the elite and the pro. That's going to be because of the vertical. Now, the vertical, you have to add that to an 80 to have the elite. So, yeah, we have a 92 with an 80 vertical, and that's going to be able to unlock the elite contact dunks and the pro contact dunks. Now, we have a 72 driving layup because that's the minimum we could be able to have with a 92 driving dunk. But as a whole, we also are able to get the long athlete layup package. So that's another thing. When it comes to the shooting, you have an 83 3 ball. This build is allowing us to have Hall of Fame sniper, which time and time again y'all tell me is the most broken shooting badge in the game. So you're gonna be able to shoot. And again, with this build, instead of like the 6'7" that's defensive, you will have an 83 ball, but you wouldn't have an 83. And the 83 allows you to actually have on the dot hot zone hunter goal, which in my opinion is the best bang for your buck. So that's gonna be very important. Now, that's going to be another thing. So when it comes to mid-range, that's going to be at a 68. That's the minimum you can have, and a 92 free throw just going to be to make that consistently. I went over the ball handle and speed of ball. We're going to have an 85 pass accuracy. That's the minimum you really want to have on a guard build, and we have that. When it comes to the steal, that's at a 98. Right there at a 99. You don't really need it to be a 98, but I went 98 just to be just that much more broken. So if you want to go higher on other stuff, you can even leave it at a 97 and still have the same amount of badges. I just went 98 just to make it as good as possible. Now, 96 is going to allow you to have a Hall of Fame pickpocket. I think 90 still is going to allow you to have Interceptor Hall of Fame, and we have Ball Stripper because we have a 97 steal. We have 98 just to get it as close as possible of a 99. So, yeah. When it comes to stuff like Intimidator, Chase Down Artist, that's based off the block. Even Rim Protector and Poker Stick is going to be based off the block. And that's at a 77. This is going to be a build with it 6'7" and it's pretty decent wingspan. So you're going to be really good at getting contests on perimeter and sometimes even on the interior. Now, we don't have really interior defense, but that's because of the block rating. Now, when it comes to the perimeter defense, that's 94. That's going to allow you to have Hall of Fame clamps. One thing I've noticed this season, though, the bumps feel weirder. It's not as consistent. The bumps this season does not feel as consistent as it has in previous seasons. So it would be interesting to see 2K say something about that, but I don't know what that is. But clamps is still very, very good and important to have on this game if you want to get as consistent pumps as possible. But yeah, when it comes to other stuff that comes from the perimeter defense, that would be ankle braces, but most importantly, pick dodgers, so that you can really just slip straight through all screens. And that's pretty much what the build is looking like. When it comes to the takeovers, you're going to end up with slasher, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown takeover. Very good options. So if you want an even better defensive stats, it's not gonna make that big of a deal unless you really want it like blocking, but that's not even gonna be on lock take. That's gonna be on like a rim protector takeover. That's not really your option. But if you really do want to go with a lock take as your option, you can do that. I would probably go with a playmaker or a slasher. For video purposes, I'm actually gonna end up going slasher. Limitless range is gonna be the, if I have that as my main option, it's gonna be my primary damn near every single time, especially on a guard build. And that's gonna be with the takeovers we end up going for on this build, and the build comes out as what else? A two-way three-point playmaker. I've told y'all time and time again, if you see this name 9 times out of 10, it is an extremely broken build. All right, now we in the top 3. We got 2 guard builds in the top 3, but this build that comes in at number 3, this build is ridiculous. I was gonna say the last one, the 6-7, was gonna be the best one, but when I play on my 6-9, it's just so easy, bro. It's so easy. This is the best lockdown. This is the best lockdown height in the game. Now you can make it even more of a lockdown, but I've made it to where you can make it even better offensively. So if you want to go for more of a lockdown, yeah, you can do that. But this is gonna be as good as it gets for both offensively and defensively for a 6-9 build, in my opinion. So let's show you guys. We're gonna be shooting guard. When it comes to the height, obviously we're at 6'9", and yes, it is a glitch build. Weight is gonna be 188, and wingspan is 7'4". This is not maximum wingspan, so again, you gotta understand that. When it comes to the bike type, it's completely up to you. I just put something. Don't worry about that. You can put whatever you want. When it comes to the attributes, you're gonna end up with 19 finishing, 17 shooting, 25 playmaking, and 28 defensive. This can change depending on how many times you hit level 40 and rebirth, so that can go up a lot. But with that being said, physicals off the rip, we're gonna go over that. We have a 90 vertical. I haven't even went over anything, and we off the rip have a 90 vertical. So that's gonna make our block rating even better, our offensive rebound even better, and our defensive rebound even better. 90 vertical. Keep that in mind. When it comes to stuff like speed and acceleration, those is as high as possible. Not quite maximum, but we had it to a 79, which is right there at an 80, and a 78, which is right there at an 80. So that's gonna make it even better for dribbling. Speed of balls at a 74, which is not crazy, but it's right there where you will really want it as high as possible. And we have an 80 ball handle, so you're gonna have a lot of dribble moves on this build as well, even at 6'9". Stamina is at 99, so it's very important to have that at a lot of times if you want to use this as a guard. But even if you're not, as a lockdown, it's very important to have that stamina as high as possible as well. When it comes to the finishing though, you have a 92 driving dunk with a 90 vertical, easily gonna be able to have all the contact dunks on this build, whether it's pro or the elite. Standard dunk, that's at an 84, just gonna be able to have rise up on gold. You have a 72 driving lip, just gonna be able to have long athlete, so it's gonna be very overpowered off the rip from the finishing. When it comes to the 3-pointer, you have that to an 80. Why? You unlock the ability to have sniper. You don't need to depend on somebody on your team having floor general. You can just already off the rip have sniper hall of fame. Even if somebody had floor general, you wouldn't be able to have sniper hall of fame, by the way, but you already have that 83 ball threshold, which is very important, and it's gonna be that good tier. When it comes to the 65 mid-range, that's gonna be okay, but we're not really putting that up for it. We're just putting that up based off that's the minimum you can have it with 3 ball. Free throws at an 85, which is not crazy, but it is really good. Pass accuracy, again, minimum you really want to have it is 85. Now, when it comes to perimeter defense and steal, yes, you could, on a 6'9 build with max wingspan, maybe even lower weight, you can have easily 90 plus perimeter defense and 90 plus steal. But we went for a build like this because it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just more versatile. Because offensively, you're not going to be as good offensively, shooting, dribbling. It's just not going to be as good. Maybe the dunking is good, but the shooting and dribbling, not nearly as good. So that's why we went like this. But you're still going to be right there at an 89 perimeter defense and right there at an 87 steal. Now, where you have a Hall of Fame intimidator, where you have, not intimidator, interceptor, where you have a Hall of Fame pickpocket, no. But you're going to be right there at that 90. Now, block rating, again, if you had a defensive build, yes, you will probably be able to have a Hall of Fame intimidator. But on this one, you're going to have a gold and it's still going to be a 91. 91 is nothing to laugh at because you're still going to have Chase Down Artist, Hall of Fame, Pogo Stick, Hall of Fame. So you really can't complain about that. And Pogo Stick is not just for blocks. It's for rebounds and even after you go up for a layup or a dunk or a jump shot in general. It's just going to make you be able to go right back up a lot faster. Rebounding, very good. You're going to be able to have the ability to have gold rebound chaser, gold rim protector because of block. I didn't really go over that. Gold worm. You're going to have the ability to have Hall of Fame box. So all that is gonna be able to be done on this build. So yeah, when it comes to the takeovers, you're gonna have Sharp, Playmaker, Lockdown, and Glass Cleaner takeover. Now, if you wanted to go for more of a big man build, Glass Cleaner is gonna be obvious. But I told y'all, 9 times out of 10, we're going with limitless range as our takeover, primary. And we're gonna pop that as our primary 9 times out of 10 anyway. We're not gonna be one of those people that go for dual takeover. We're just putting our secondary takeover just so we can add those +8s when we're popping our main takeover. So obviously, I want it to be more of a lockdown build, so I'm gonna go with lockdown take. That's gonna have my perimeter defense going way higher, my steal going way higher, and it's gonna make me that much better. And yeah, that's what we're gonna end up doing. Perfect combo in my opinion for a build like this, and the build comes out as a 2-way facilitator. I'm telling y'all, man, if you want to make a 6'9" build, one of the most fun builds in the game. I'm gonna be real with you, definitely one of the most fun builds in the game. And then coming in at number 2, I've made a video on this build saying it was the GOAT guard build of the game. I still believe this probably is the best build, but I just wanted to change it up a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, the number 1 and number 2, you could go either or. Either or. That's how close it is. These builds are ridiculous. And for me to say that this was the GOAT build of the game just shows you how good the other build that was that I found for it to actually be able to compete with something that could be better than any guard build we've ever seen in 2K history. So let's show you guys. We're going to point guard position. The handed number is completely up to you. When it comes to the height, we're at 6'3". Now, to get it the exact way I got it, it was like I did a glitch build, but at the same time, I didn't mean to. I did it in the metric system. So you gotta keep that in mind and just make sure that you can get this exact weight and exact wingspan. When it comes to the bite type, it's completely up to you. Now, I did some funny stuff with it to be able to get it exact way I did, but I don't even remember when I first was getting it like this, to be honest with you. When it comes to the attributes, it's gonna be 19 finishing, 25 shooting, 32 playmaking, and 19 defensive. And when I first was finding this, I didn't even know about glitch builds. I've been doing this since like September when the game came out, making this build. So at that point, I didn't even know. So I just want to make sure that's known as well. So that's why I was confused about it a lot of times, because I had been making this before I was even making glitch builds. So yeah, when it comes to the finishing though, you're going to have a 92 driving dunk with an 85 vertical. So you're going to not only be able to have the pro and elite, but for the first time on this video, you're going to also have the small because you're below 6'5". So this is going to be pretty much the only build on the list with all 3 contact dunks. You're going to have a 73 layup. That is going to be, you can lower that if you wanted to, but we wanted to have the 19 finishing. But that also allows you to have long athlete. So yeah, I just want to make sure that's known. If you lower the close shot, that's going to lower the mid-range and 3-pointer. That's not ideal. Now, 25 shooting, you're going to be able to have that 3-pointer at an 88. That's going to be a minimum of 73 mid-range. If you haven't picked up on it, it's going to be 15 lower than whatever the 3-point rating is. So yeah, and we have a 90 free throw just to be as consistent as possible. Now, if you feel like you need more badges in any of these categories, you can get the +4 from Rebirth, and you get the +1s for however many season you hit level 40. So keep that in mind. Now, field ball, that's at a 92, so you can be able to have that. That's going to be very important. I didn't really go over this a lot of the times on these guard builds because only one was able to do that, and it was really high. But yeah, this is right on the dot for having quick first step Hall of Fame. Ball handles at a 90, which is going to allow you to have a lot of stuff. But the reason why I would put this at 2 is because, yes, you don't have all these other ball handling. One is going to have more driving dunk, less 3-pointer, and less ball handle. The other one's going to have more 3-pointer, less driving dunk, but still have contact dunks, and more ball handle, so you're going to have more badges. So it's really on you. It's really very interested in that aspect. But pass accuracy is at an 86. That's going to be very important because you lower that, it's at a 31, and you don't have that gold bailout. You raise it that 1, you get an extra badge, and you get gold bailout. So it's very easy choice for me. So yeah, when it comes to the 19 defensive, you're going to have a 90 steal. That's going to unlock you the ability to have interception. This is a great defensive build. You might see the 85 printed defense and think it's not a great defensive build. Great defensive build. You're going to be locking people down with this build very, 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 very consistently. 85 printed defense is going to allow you to have gold clamps, not Hall of Fame, but gold. Still gonna be very good defensively. Do not sleep. This is a very good defensive build when it comes to getting pass late steals, on ball steals, ball stripper steals, playing on ball defense, getting as many bumps as possible. The only thing I wish I could have is even higher pick dodger, but even still, bro, great defensive build. Not really anything to complain about. Even on the block rating, you having that to a 58. That's gonna make it even more dominant because yes, you will have that ability to have Intimidator on bronze with a 54, but you now have the ability to have bronze chase down. And we all know how broken bronze chase down is in this game. Now, speed wise, yes, I say all the time you want to make it get to the minimum threshold even on the guard builds, because it may not be as important, but having that speed is very good. Now, we didn't do that on this build because there's just so much stuff that you're getting on this build, from the drive and dunk to the three-pointer, to the ball handle, to the speed ball, to the pass accuracy, the perimeter defense, steal, even the block rating, acceleration, vertical. Like, you're gonna need everything else. So I put this to the highest I possibly could, and that was an 84. I couldn't get it to the 90. I just couldn't. It just was too hard. But yeah, we do have a 93 acceleration. That's gonna be very good for just getting to our max speed as fast as possible, especially when speed boosting. 85 vertical is gonna make our block rating even better. It's gonna unlock dunk packages. Like 85 is one of the highest we've seen so far, but we haven't had 85 on the dot because that's what you need for the small content dunks. Stamina is a 99 because it's a guard build. It's just an auto thing to do. When it comes to the takeovers though, you're gonna end up with slasher, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown takeover. Now, if you feel like you need more defense, I just want to make this known. Easily gonna be able to change this whenever you want if you have rebirth, but if you don't, just do the Chris Brickley gym stuff and you'll be able to play those 4 games. You'll have Mamba mentality. You can change the takeovers whenever. But sharp, we're gonna go with limitless range every single time as a primary, especially on the guard. Now, secondary is gonna be to get the best +8. So if you want to go with a lockdown to get +8 for your defense, you can do that. If you want to go with playmaker to get the +8 to your passing, you can do that. If you want to go with slasher to get the +8 to your finishing, to your layup, to your ball handle, your speed ball, your speed, your acceleration, your vertical, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that. I would go with a slasher more so on those 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". On these, I would go for more of the playmaking because that pass accuracy, you might not really realize, but it's very important. So that's why I'll probably still go with a playmaker. Lockdown is a very good option as well. But the build comes out as a two-way 3-point playmaker. I tell y'all time and time again, you see that two-way 3-point playmaker, it's most likely going to be a build that can defend, it can dribble, it can shoot, and dunk at the highest rates in the game. And last but not least, the most overpowered, the broken, the GOAT build of NBA 2K22 next gen. Let's hop into it. We at the point guard. Handed number is completely up to you. This is the 6'1" Demi, bro. This build is able to do everything you did on the last build, but more. The only setback is it doesn't have as many content dunks. But does it have content dunks? Yes. Does it have 2 packages of content dunks? Yes. It just doesn't have the elite. That's the only thing. That's the only catch. You're going to be faster. You're going to be able to shoot better. You're going to be slightly shorter. Like, let's just hop into it. So, yeah. Height is 6'1". It is a glitch build. Weight is 160. 6'5" on the wingspan. Body type is completely up to you. You can go whatever you want. Now, on the attributes, you're going to have 16 finishing, 28 shooting, 34 playmaking, and 20 defensive. Now, if you want to lower this, you can. That's going to lower the 3-pointer. We're not doing that. That's not ideal. When it comes to the 86 driving up, 86 is what you need for the small. 84 is what you need for the pro, but you need an 85 vertical for the small. So yes, we are going to have an 86 with an 85 combo. Yes. 70 driving layup, that's going to be for the long athlete. You could have got that even lower, but we needed that 70 to have a long athlete. When it comes to the 3 ball, that's going to be at a 92. That is going to be very important because look at the badges you're getting. No, you're not getting Hall of Fame Chef like you would on the 5'11". No, you're not getting Hall of Fame blinders because that's what you would get on the 5'11". But what I want you guys to understand what I did with 6'1", what I did was combine the easiest guard build in that 5'11" with the most broken guard build of all time with the 6'3" to make this build that's right there in the middle where you get the best of both worlds, where you don't get everything that the 5'11" has, you don't get everything that the 6'3" has, but you're combining those 2 builds to make one extremely ridiculous build. And yeah, bro, you're able to get badges like Circus 3's Hall of Fame, where on the other one you wouldn't. You have a 90+ 3 ball as well, which on the other one you wouldn't. You have a higher mid-range as well, which on the other one you wouldn't. So you got to keep that all in mind. Now, you're not gonna be able to get Hall of Fame Green Machine, Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter, stuff like that, but you do have badges like Hall of Fame Catch and Shoot for the people that want that. And out of all the badges that you really don't get on the other one, the only ones that you really do get to a whole nother level is Catch and Shoot and Circus 3's. But I know a lot of people love that Circus 3's. free throws at a 95 just to be as consistent as possible. You could lower that, but it's not gonna make a difference for real on anything but maybe the vertical. That's why we just kept it at a 95. Pass accuracy to an 86. Why? Because you are gonna be, bro, I say this every time, you're gonna get that extra badge and you're getting bailout gold. Why not? But when it comes to the ball handling and speed of ball, you need that to a 92. That's really the only reason we put it up to a 92, so we can get quick for step. You get it even higher, it's gonna make you that much faster with the ball. We put that all the time as high as possible with acceleration on these guard builds. Now, when it comes to ball handle, we had a 90 on the last one. What's the significant difference from this build to the last one on ball handle? I made an emphasis on it when I was going over the last one. But yeah, let's go over it. You're gonna have quick chain Hall of Fame. One of the most important, most broken badges in the game. And when it comes to being able to speed boost, I think it's the second most important. It's gonna be right behind quick for step. Maybe handles for days is more important because of the stamina thingy, like even affecting your shooting and like dunking. But quick for change is right there. Hyperdrive as well, you're getting that to Hall of Fame. Handles for days as well, you're getting that to Hall of Fame. Like you're getting all these badges Hall of Fame now. Like you were at a 90, you now have a 93. So 91, 93, and 92 respectfully are not able to be done with this build. So yeah, and you're still able to get all those other Hall of Fame badges you was getting on the last one, like glue hands, which is another one that's very important. Now when it comes to defensive rebound, pretty much the same. 85 perimeter defense allow you to have gold clamps. 90 steal, which is allowing you to have interceptor Hall of Fame. Now, if you remember the 511, we only had an 80 because we wouldn't be able to get gold clamps, but we had a way higher steal to compensate for that. We don't need to compensate for that, so we're not going as far in the steal. But if you do want to do that, you're gonna have to tweak a lot of stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, block as well. We have pretty much the same thing, but even higher, which is a 59 instead of a 58. But yeah, that's because we won't chase down Artist Bronze and Intimidator Bronze. And now we even have the option to have, well, I guess we already had that regardless with Pogo Stick, but yeah. When it comes to the speed, that's at an 86. I said I want to get that to the minimum threshold. We didn't be able to do that as well on this one because, again, bro, it's able to do so much. Steal, perimeter defense, block, ball handle, steal ball, pass accuracy, free throw, three-pointer, mid-range, driving dunk, driving layup. All that is very important. All that is very important. Now, maybe you saying I would lower the driving layup. I don't need long athlete. I mean, that's on you. Maybe you saying you don't need the block rating. That's crazy because you're taking that off. You're gonna have to take it all the way off. So that's really on you and what you want to do on that. That's just me. But yeah, you could try to lower your free throw to like a 90. Maybe you lower your free throw. That may be what you do, and you put it right here, and you get that extra one. But like that's just not worth it to me, bro. I'm sorry, that's just not worth it to me. I don't really see the point of that. But acceleration, again, that's very important for any ball handler. Alongside speed with ball, have that max. That's at a 94. Vertical, again, that's based off the driving dunk. That's allowing you to get the small contact dunk, so that's at an 85. And stamina, max. It's a guard build. It's very obvious why we did that. Now, when it comes to the takeovers, you actually have shot creator instead of slasher, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown takeover. If you're not understanding how this is combining the 5'11 with the 6'3", what are you doing at this point? You're not paying attention for real. This build is ridiculous. So if you really want to go with dual takeovers, where you pop dual takeover, you can go with your first one being ankle breaking shots and your second one being like a limitless range. You can do that. You can go for a negative impact with a pull-up precision. You can do that. You can go for a lot of different combos when it comes for dual takeovers with that option of sharp and shot creator takeovers. I just want y'all to understand that. But I'm gonna go with limitless range and go with like a secondary takeover, which will probably be a team badge boost. But if you want to go a lot takeover, you can. If you want to go with a playmaker takeover, you can. If you want to even go double up on sharp, you can. That is an option. I haven't shown that the whole video, but that is what we're gonna end up going with for this build. And the build comes out as what else, man? A two-way 3-point playmaker. If you see this name, 9 times out of 10, it's a demi. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys want more, I do plan on, before the year ends, going over the best guard builds in its own video for next gen, going over the best big man builds for the last time for next gen, and going over the best builds overall. So if you guys want those, maybe in the best build at every position, maybe even the rarest build at every position, but if you guys want those, I need y'all boys to show the support on this. I've been going crazy for y'all boys lately with the 99. But I do plan on dropping something extremely ridiculous this week when it comes to ranking every single build in NBA 2K22, whether it's current gen or next gen. But it's gonna be probably with a catch where I try to figure out the best way to do it without it being too long of a video. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do my best to try to find every single build, but if I can't, I'm gonna have to do it a different way. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys want more videos like this, I need y'all boys right now to smash, break, and destroy the like button. Turn on notifications to be the first to every single one video. Share this video to anybody, and I mean anybody you think would help. Subscribe if you're new. If you're new to the channel, you ain't hit the sub button. What are you doing? But yeah, comment down below to help the algorithm, all that good stuff. Like I said, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, share the video, comment down below. I'm gonna try my best to get the links to all these glitch build tutorials in the description. But yeah, without further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. It had to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!